Good morning, Saints. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I'm Owen Lamson.
And I'm Quinn Reed.
And this is SFHS Today. In world news, at least 5 hospitals in Gaza report being under siege by Israeli forces as the territory's largest healthcare facility is under bombardment. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said he was in talks with Israel about concrete steps it could take to minimize civilian casualties, according to Washington Post.
In national news, Veterans Day was Saturday the 11th, as the school SFHS celebrated it on Friday and had a school assembly to honor the veterans. Hyatt, Cole, and Ben covered the event by speaking with some veterans.
So how did the Veterans Day ceremony get started?
It started, I would say, about 7-8 years ago. We originally got the idea from Anoka High School. Prior to that, we had always went over to the Legion, and then we decided to have our ceremony at the high school. I worked really closely, school board member Mike Starr, and we really developed the program, and he's been really instrumental in getting the color guard and those type of things, and getting really good guest speakers for us as we kind of move through this process.
After our interview with Mr. Austin, we searched around the school looking for our active duty recruiters and fellow students who are planning on joining the military.
So I had a couple reasons that I wanted to join the military. First and foremost was family tradition, right? So my family has been in the military since World War I. All in the Army. I have my older sister who served in the National Guard before me, and when she explained to me all the benefits and everything like that, I decided to take advantage of it as well.
Why did you decide to join the military?
Mainly to just serve my country and my community.
All right, and then what branch are you going into?
I'm going into the United States Marine Corps.
What made you want to go into the military?
My brother was in, and I wanted to, just be like him,
We then took a drive over to the St. Francis American Legion to talk with some of the local veterans and community members about Veterans Day.
What does Veterans Day mean to you?
It means a lot. If it wasn't for the vets, this country would fall apart.
It would.
Yeah.
How long did you serve?
I served 3 years.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Did you have any family members who served in the military?
I did. My grandfather was in the Marine Corps. I had an uncle that was in the Army, an uncle that was in the Marine Corps, 2 uncles that were in the Marine Corps, an uncle that was in the Navy, and then my aunt was in the Marine Corps.
Did that instill any values or affect your life in any way? See the military or see the world a little differently?
Yeah. I mean, I have great respect for the people who serve, and that was one of the biggest reasons.
In the first Veterans Day proclamation issued by President Dwight D. Eisenhower on October 8, 1954, he called upon all Americans to solemnly remember the sacrifices of all those who fought so valiantly on the seas, in the air, and on foreign shores to preserve our heritage of freedom.
In school news, we want to remind all seniors that senior pics and senior quotes are due by this Saturday the 19th at 11:59 p.m. Also, there is a hygiene product drive to help those in need in our communities in our classrooms. Bring donations to your advisory class and compete school-wide for a class and teacher prize. Donations are accepted until November 16th.
In other news, 2 of our reporters spoke with some students who love to hit the lanes. Their bowling team practices at Patriot Lanes, and they have tournaments around Anoka County. Their section meet was last Thursday.
How's the bowling season going?
So far, we haven't been doing too well. We've won 1 match out of the 24 that we've bowled in.
I mean, we are pretty bad, but we're trying really hard. We're putting in the hard work. We're coming from down here, we're playing people from up here, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So for the season, I'm sitting at about a 61% fill rate, meaning out of 100 frames that I bowl, 61 of them will either have a strike or a spare in it.
Our goals are to try to beat as many teams as we can. I mean, any guy's goal is to get a perfect score in bowling. I mean, it's a really big achievement, I think.
So later today, we have our regular season tournament down at the Mermaid Bowl in Mounds View, and then later this month, on the 18th, we are going up to St. Cloud for our AA Regionals Championship. Our varsity team includes 5 seniors, and then we have one lowerclassman. And we are hoping that we can get a few more bowlers to join, so we can have a somewhat functional varsity and university team next year.
We always need more players, more money coming in, behind the leg action, you know what I mean?
Thank you, Brio and Destiny, for giving us information on the bowling team.
After our broadcast story aired about our chess club, they got a donation of equipment which will serve them well as they practice their skills. Also, drivers need to keep their eyes open this fall. The deer have been destroying a number of vehicles this season. 3 reporters, Nola, Trinity, and Jocelyn, went out and talked to the St. Francis Police Department and some staff.
Do you have any tips for people driving or new drivers to try and look out for the deer?
Yeah, so make sure you give yourself ample amount of time to get to the destination, especially if you're driving at sunset or sunrise.
When did you hit your deer?
I hit a deer on Monday afternoon. It was probably about 6:30.
Keep it in your mind also that if a deer happens to jump out right in front of you, because they like to run into our cars for some reason, just drive straight through versus swerving, because a lot of injuries are resulted from swerving. People roll their cars.
Almost 10 years ago, and the deer hit me, just so we're clear.
I hit a deer last year on the way to work.
If your insurance company requires you to call the police because they need a police report for it, give us a call.
How much damage did this deer do to your car?
Enough that they had to tow it away.
There was a lot of front end damage to my car, and of course it gets the side panels.
And it took out my mirror. I didn't have one for like a month.
How did the damage occur?
Actually, it was crossing the road, taking his little walk, was all the way in the ditch, and then it decided, oh, I'm coming back, and it right into my mirror.
Drive slow. That always helps. If you do see deer in the road or if one's crossing, just assume that there's more.
It was pitch black, and the little son of a gun deer just came out, and I tried to brake, but sometimes you just can't brake, and boom.
What should people do right away when they hit a deer?
If you hit a deer, I would suggest stopping first to make sure that your car is drivable.
Couldn't see anything, and I was going really slow because I know there's a lot of deer in that area, and it just appeared like right in front of me.
Assess the damage and make sure that there's no injuries to you or anybody else that are in the car.
I did pull over to see if it was dead, and it was smoking. And I was that person that left the deer in the middle of the road. I felt awful, but I wasn't gonna touch it. Ew.
After you've hit a deer, if the deer is still alive and is suffering, definitely give us a call so we can dispatch it. If the deer is dead and it's blocking the road, you can always call us so we can come out and move it to the side of the road.
Good thing I haven't hit a deer yet. I must be lucky.
It's been busy in the Fine Arts Department. Last week, the theater department completed the fall play Puffs. And this week, the Madrigals performed their annual Madrigal Dinner this weekend on November 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Now, let's pass it over to sports.
In worldwide sports news, as the 2024 Olympic Games are coming near, a single entrepreneur came up with a new alternative to rival what the new Enhanced Games calls the corrupt Olympic Games. The only contrast between the two games is that in the Enhanced Games, athletes can use performance-enhancing drugs or PEDs and won't be tested or forced to disclose what PEDs they're on in order to compete. Several experts in the field of doping have voiced their concerns towards athletes' health competing in the Enhanced Games. Aaron DeSouza, founding editor of the Journal Jurisprudence, who is behind the Enhanced Games, sees the games as a science-driven next evolution of sports, according to CNN.
In national sports news, according to CNN Sports, Arizona Golf Course, 7 Canyons, and the town of Sedona is under attack from a squadron of pig-like creatures called javelinas. They have demolished the turf of the glorious fairways. When you come upon them and see them, it's like the Tasmanian devil, 7 Canyons manager Dave Bisbee told CNN.
In local sports news, as the fall sports season has winded down, star cross-country runner Annie Rolfe placed 20th and earned all-state honors at the state cross-country meet, placing an end to all fall sports. Winter sports are heating up with captain's practices in preparation for the season. Reporters Cole Cruz and Charlie Holler went out to speak with players on how they feel heading into the season.
How do you think the basketball season is going to go?
I think it'll be pretty interesting. We lost a bunch of seniors, but I think the new underclassmen will be able to step up to the plate and really contribute this season.
I feel like it's going to go pretty good. It's probably like a whole new different starting lineup this year, so it's going to be pretty fun, to be honest with you.
It shouldn't go too bad. I mean, we lost a lot of seniors, but I think it'll be good.
Yeah, got the new young players coming up to play, a whole new starting lineup, so.
I think it'll be pretty good. We're hoping to win just as many, if not more, games than we did last year.
I think it'll go good too. Should be fun.
I think this season's gonna go really well. I think we have some pretty competitive dances that we're gonna have.
This upcoming hockey season's gonna go.
We're gonna be better than last year. I can guarantee that. And we got a bunch of young players coming up, and they're pretty good. Especially Alex Hoffman. He's been great for us.
I think it's going to go better than last year. I think we're going to win around half of our games, something like that.
I agree. We're not that big of a team, but we have speed and agility to us.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that we do better than last year, to be honest. What have you been doing in the off-season to prepare?
Been getting in the gym. I tried something new, enjoyed cross country, so I've been in really good shape. Yeah, everybody's been getting to the gym these past few mornings.
I'm lifting with my friends, and fall league just started, so that's probably where I'm going to get all my conditioning from.
Gym, get some shots up.
I train 5 days a week in the gym.
You know, playing baseball and football can give me like the athletic movements, you know, ready for basketball.
Preparing by starting captain's practice this week and just getting all the girls together.
We started summer intensives in June and July, and our fall practice started in August.
Just been shooting pucks the whole time and a little bit of cardio here and there. That's about it.
I've been in the gym and doing some cardio, you know, stick handling in the garage a little bit here and there.
I've been doing a bunch of I've been coaching my brother's team, so I've been on the ice 24/7. Weightlifting as well, and pickup hockey with adults.
I did the spring training program, and then I was shooting pucks in my garage too.
Thanks, Cole and I, for the sneak peek into winter sports.
With Deer Opener being 2 weekends ago, reporters Caden Whalen, Evan Shepard, and Raymond Stokel got the shot on how the season's been going for students and staff.
Today I'm just going to tell you briefly about some of the laws and regulations that we have issues with every year and how you can keep yourself healthy and safe while you're out there in the woods. One is obviously you need to buy a license. We constantly have issues every year. We want to ensure that our money goes towards helping out the environment. Number two is baiting. It's illegal to use food, nuts, grains, anything like that to help or assist with your hunting of big game. We want to make sure that it's a fair chase for everybody involved. We want to make sure that people are knowing your target and what's beyond. Every year we have hunting accidents that can very well be easily avoided with knowing that every firearm, we treat it as if it's loaded and we point it always in a safe direction. With those 3 hunting tips, we hope that you have a safe and successful hunting season this year.
How was your deer hunting opener?
It was pretty good. I went out opening morning and I shot a doe. It was around 8:30 in the morning, and then got it up, and then I had to work the rest of the weekend.
What are you looking to shoot?
Something big.
How big?
The turkey pointer.
The turkey pointers.
Allow you to purchase 2 hunter apprentice validations within a lifetime. So after that, you'll eventually have to get firearm safety. But it allows you to get a hunting license, go out there. If you don't like it, that's fine. You can help support hunting related activities in other ways. But if you do end up liking it, then you can get your hunter safety and participate with everybody else out there in successfully harvesting deer during this type of the year.
Thanks for that, Caden, Evan, and Raymond.
And with that, we'll send it back to Maine.
That's all we have this week for you.
Stay safe, Saints.